Hello, 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 hello. I can see my mic is working just fine. Hello, hello. Hello to you, Diane Hawkins, Ronnie Vanna, Marshar, Fancy Fancy, Patricio Marcel, Natasha Robinson, Sister and Stacy, Elaine Parker, Marion Owens, Beverly Jackson, Robin Rogers. Hello to Sharon Davis, Jean MK, and let's see, Lydia Washington, Anastasia Isabella. Welcome. Let's see. I think that's Myra V. Welcome. Marie Hoffman, Calvetta, and you know the rest of that. So I hope everybody's doing well. I'm gonna float an idea about New Year's later, but if you hadn't thought about the squad for New Year's, let me know because I'm not going to any parties or anything. So let me know what y'all wants to do, and we'll try to figure that out. But getting right into it, if you don't mind. Well, Twitter is still quite a buzz right now. And you know about what? Well, actually, there's a couple of things going on, but the one that's like most pertinent to us is, of course, the Daily Fail with that kind of half of an apology that they gave. I'm not even sure that it was an apology. I looked at it a few times. It was an acknowledgement, and it didn't necessarily. It said that there would be financial something settled, but it didn't say we're going to pay out for our damages. So they did not say that. That they avoided, but that is pretty much what's been going on. Trending in the United States, hashtag Meghan Markle won. So what is that? 15,900 plus tweets. That's what's been going on Twitter. Knowing that some of you guys are not on Twitter, I thought I'd share that with you. But so one thing you could always depend on with Twitter, and mind you, I know I have a black belt in meme making, but I take no credit for any of these. So someone decided to create a parody of the headlines ripped from the pages of Twitter. Take a gander at those. So since the Daily Fail decided that they couldn't put in like anything but a little small corner of the bottom of the newspaper, people actually took things into their own hands and and created their own front pages for the Daily Fail, just in case they didn't have the time to do it. Somebody decided to step forward and help them out. So this is just one example of one of our faves, as she should have been depicted on the pages of the Daily Mail. And of course, as you can see, there's no mentions whatsoever of the price of their Montecito home, the amount of bathrooms. It doesn't even say Hollywood, because everything with them is that Hollywood this and that Hollywood that. Makes no mention of it whatsoever. Another reimagined set of front pages is right here. Yeah, these are also from the Sussex squad. Various front pages, and someone even was nice enough to create a front page that is completely blank, save for the headline at the top, well, the logo at the top, and then at the bottom, the actual, not an apology, just an acknowledgement, and then you could fill in whatever you want. So I saved that one. I just haven't used it yet, but that's one of the options that they had available. Now, I'm going to take a look at some of your comments. If you have been on Twitter, if you had some thoughts about that, please do share because I'm interested in knowing. And then we'll move on with some other stuff. Hi, Baron. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share and wish Harry and Meghan the best for the new year and the same to you and your family. Thank you so much, Annette Dennis. Thank you. Okay. Saying hello to everybody. That's good. Good night. Oh, somebody leaving us? Okay. Let's see. I don't apologize. Sorry, they don't apologize. They think it's beneath them to apologize to a woman with black with a black mother, but they will pay her. Oh yeah, they will pay. Lord Nappyhead is going to pay. You know, I don't know how true this is, but they say that Lord Nappyhead's fortune is worth 1 billion. That's with a B. $1 billion. That's how much they say. That Tom Jones wannabe is worth a lot of money. He's worth a lot of money. Let's see if I have it here. Now, again, I don't know that this is true. I only know that somebody, again, reimagined the headline. Boy, I tell you, nobody can reimagine like the squad, right? Pays no UK tax on $1 billion fortune for tax avoiding. Well, I'm not even going to say that out loud. But it's there for you to see it. Again, this is just someone's parody. And yes, up there in the top corner, that is one of his ancestors with a very famous guy from the 1930s, 40 Germany. You see him up there on the upper right? Yeah, you might recognize that very distinguished mustache. Hey, Helen Grun, welcome. Hey, Helen. Okay, let me see what else we got here. Did you see all the photos of Napster's dad? Yeah. Napsters. I like that. Yeah. Just a chip off the old Princess Michael of Kent, isn't he? Just a chip off the old, although Princess Michael of Kent would probably require he take a DNA test just to make sure that he's exactly what he is pretending to be. But Princess Michael of Kent, she seems to want to know what everybody's bloodline is before she order you back to the colonies, as she said. Oh boy, Lord Nappyhead. Well, and then of course, I love this one. This is something that somebody had worked out with their logo. Lies and more lies daily fail. Boy, I tell you, that squad. Yes, I had quite some day with the Twitter. Yeah, just trying to sort things out. Now, one of the things that Twitter has informed me of, just so that you know, you're not required to tip. He's not here to work. He's not here. He's not a stripper. None of those things. This guy is actually a prince of the blood, but not that blood. This guy right here, have you ever seen him before? Anybody? Guess how old he is? Would you believe me if I told you that, what is he, 2, 3 years older than William the Magnificent? Huh? Would you believe that? This guy is 2 years older than this guy. He's 2 years older than this guy. He's 42 years old. 42. 42. He's older than this guy. Yeah, Prince Carl Phillips of Sweden, aka Eye Candy. He's older than this guy. Can you believe that? See what deceit and shadiness will do to you? See what happens when you just rotten to the core? That's what it does to you. I mean, you could either have a life of service and dignity and hard work, or you can run around allegedly manipulating and trying to destroy your own kinfolk. See? See what that he's older than this guy. And it's not even about the hair. It's just about the character. That's that shade. Do you know that Princess Diana, when unfortunately she passed away, she wasn't much younger than what he is now. She wasn't much younger than he is now. Can you believe that? It's shocking. Just thought I'd point that out. I'm not here to be shady. I just thought I'd point that out. Oh boy, I tell you. Well, you figure it out because I haven't figured it out yet. How is that possible? And of course, they are related somewhere down the line. They all of them are. But somehow time and deceit and shadiness just got the better of them. So I tell you what, I'll be kind. I'll leave you with this, and then I'll take a look at some of your comments. Yes, Ellie, that's true. Yep. It is just it's I don't know, it's done something to him. Not just convenient that they picked Boxing Day to print the story, but just printing it around the holidays shows their bad faith attentions. They did not want people to see. We see everything. Absolutely. We're the squad. We're going to see everything. And let's see. Danish Prince of Denmark. Prince Frederick is 53 years old, and he also looks younger than Prince William. Yeah. I think I know who you're talking about. I know. I think I've seen him before. Are you sure you want me to leave this photo up, or do you want me to get the other guy back? Around the clock. That's all I can say, Ronnie. Around the clock. Yeah. And I'm really worried about him. It's not that I have it in for him. I'm actually very concerned about William the Magnificent. I'm just so worried because he's the future leader of my mother tongue. He'll be someday I'll be speaking the King's English, and I just want him to be okay. Did that at all sound convincing? I just want him to be okay. Of course I do. I don't hate anybody. But just like the other person that I'm concerned about, and this is very serious, there has been some type of threat made upon Her Majesty, and that is very disturbing for quite a few reasons. I tell you, the Queen has been there longer than just probably everybody on this channel right now. So there will definitely be a void if something or when something happens to her. So I'm just glad that they caught that guy, and actually I'm glad for his sake. Not just the Queen, I'm glad for his sake because I told you, Gangster Gan Gan, she ain't having it. Gan Gan is not having it. That was almost a dignified response, wasn't it? But Gan Gan's not having it. So, yeah, I'm just saying for everybody's sake, we just want her to be okay. That's all. Because it's always a good day to have a good day. And also, again, I'm warning people, just be careful over by the Windsor Great Park. Now, that is the not an apology, just so that you can look at it again. This is a close-up of what was on the front page of the paper, the Mail on Sunday. That's the not apology. Financial remedies have been agreed. Have been agreed. Well, what does that mean? That means that they have to pay damages, but they just don't want to say it. They cannot fix their mouth to say we have to pay damages. So they have decided to come up with some convoluted conversation to say exactly what they're reluctant to do. And that's why Lord Nappyhead is kind of tight at the jaw right now. I think this is an older photo though. But yeah. So aside from that, the other thing, the piano gate. The piano gate. That's the other thing that has been trending on Twitter was the piano gate. So someone did tell me, they said, months later, producers created a magical scene at Westminster Abbey Chapel House for the performance, which was pre-recorded the day before the December 8th service. The new musical duo had rehearsed the song together once in London and then recorded it over a couple of takes. I told y'all they had to yell cut, didn't I? The source added. Well, that confirms what one of the squatties told me. They said that did not happen in front of the audience. That actually happened, that it was pre-recorded. And I think it's kind of sly in that because the Sussexes have been trending with some very positive news, it seems like, excuse me, a last-ditch effort to somehow try to outdo them before the year is over with. That's what I'm getting from it. She accompanied Tom Walker, who kind of someone said he looks like a panhandler, with a poignant song performed by candlelight at the Carol Concert in London. Now, they were leading people to believe that somehow she just got up and said, "Oh, I can play the piano." Like somebody said, "Is there a piano player in the house?" Like she just jumped up and went strutting across the room like Elton John and sat down at the piano. That did not happen. It was actually pre-recorded. It says here, Kate recorded the song with Walker in the chapel house of the Abbey one day before the carol service, after numerous rehearsal hours. So I don't know. I feel like it's a bit of a deception because then the papers decided to spin it as though there was some kind of hidden talent somewhere that nobody knew about. And then there were even a few commentators who just flat out said, "Take that, Meghan Markle." So let me see what you guys are saying about this. Okay. It was pre-recorded and her piano fingers didn't match. Yeah, and then there's a few people who said that they were um what do you call it? That they were musicians and they said some things didn't add up. So definitely there was some heavy editing going on there. Um that, kind of made it seem like it was something that it wasn't. Yeah. Um yeah. Yeah, it was just anything to, let's see. They knew the Mail on Sunday would write an apology and made up the Kate attack trend. Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's what the whole thing was about, was I mean, it's like everything has been piling up to make sure that it was overwhelming the headlines so that we would not see the apology or wouldn't pay attention to the not an apology, because it really wasn't an apology. It was kind of a not an apology. And that's what really frustrates me, is that they never really apologized. They just, the way I put it, it just seems like more of an acknowledgement and not really an apology. So, Let's see. Please, Kensington Karen performance was a stage as she it was a staged event. Now, the thing about the Windsor Castle, I'm not going to say that that was made up, but this particular situation was definitely a distraction. It was a distraction. It just goes to show that there's some kind of relationship between the Kensington Palace and the tabloid media. There's no other way that you can spin it but to say that there's obviously some type of relationship there. I mean, because if not for that, then how else do you explain the Phantom of Westminster Abbey? Obviously, there's a little sleight of hand there, and I feel robbed by that. I really, I feel robbed by that. That's all I can say about it. Is I feel like they kind of did pull the old three-card Monty on us with this not an apology. Let's see. They couldn't take the humiliation to apologize for real. Exactly. Exactly. This was actually quite embarrassing for anybody who was actually listening to the music, and it was also I mean, it's always they try to when they try to big her up, they only embarrass her more. Lessons as a child and never played since. That's why she took several rehearsals. Yeah, and you know what? Isn't that exactly what I said? I said it was cut, cut, cut. They had to keep yelling cut. This was done away from the audience, and the way they ran it in the papers and online, they were trying to say that she gave us. Did I even see the word spontaneous somewhere? Did I even see spontaneous written somewhere? And you know what else this reminds me of? Remember, they said that the Queen was seen driving around her estate around Windsor, only to find out that those were actually stock photos. Remember that? The Queen was said to have been riding around the estate. That's why I'm glad the Sussexes are out of there. They were not safe there. They were not safe there because it obviously security is very laxed. They had them living in the servants' quarters, and along with that, and if I remember, wasn't there like asbestos removed from that house? Thank you so much, Charlotte, Light and Dark. Thank you so much. I love your profile pic too. Thank you so much for that. But yeah, so this is why I think they were just not very safe there because it seems like in order to oh, by the way, let me get this off of there for you guys. I'm so sorry about that. Um okay, something pleasant. There we are. Yeah, so that's what's trending. The piano is still trending, and of course, the non-apology is trending like crazy. And even on MSNBC, no, I'm sorry, it was NBC this morning, the Today Show, right? They even spoke about it on the Today Show. And we on that 24-hour news station from out of India, we on TV or we on news, they even had a segment about it. So it's not only trending on the Twitter. I mean, the fact that she was supposed to have gotten an apology is trending everywhere. So, it's not just like I could tell you another story that I can't say that it will trend and I won't say that it won't trend, but one of these days here comes my imagination. But one of these days we're going to find out. And I'm just saying, you heard it here first. We are probably going to find out that Afro Annie is in a fight club. I don't know what it is about her that look like she belongs to a fight club, but I swear Afro Annie seems like one of those people that belongs to a fight club. This has nothing to do with anything. I'm just saying. Don't be surprised if you find out that Afro Annie belongs to a fight club. I can just see that for some reason. I mean, she looks like she would just dust it up with just about anybody. But anyway, that's got nothing to do with anything. Back to the Daily Fail. But remember, you heard it here first. Princess Anne, member of a fight club. So, okay, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was talking about the non-apology. So the timing is very curious. They picked Boxing Day, which has nothing to do with Princess Anne and the Fight Club, but they did choose Boxing Day. I think it's all coming together, don't you? They picked Boxing Day for them to release that story, the non-apology. Yeah, April May, don't mess with Afro Annie because I'm telling you, she'll mop the floor. She will mop the floor with the best of them. If there was ever a fight to break out in a bar, I would want her on my side. After she's done slamming her Boilermakers, I'm telling you, she's quite a force. But oh boy, I was holding on to that one all day. Let's see. Did I have another caption about that to share with you? Okay, yeah. Months later, producers created a magical scene at Westminster. Okay, I did share this with you. That with the this with you. So, okay, and then of course, you know how Twitter is. Twitter could take nothing and make something out of it. Again, this had nothing to do with me. This is not my handiwork, but it kind of looked like something I would have done. But somebody beat me to it. So obviously the sheet music is there. This is like somebody's very veiled way to let you know that this only happened because they were trying to, you know, make it seem like the Sussex's story wasn't really that important. So they tried to, you know, snuff it out with this right here. So thank you, Twitter. Um, I I don't want to say which accounts I got these from, but thank you for those, everyone. I know, isn't this cool? It seems like something I would have done. Okay, and with that, let me take a look at a couple of comments here. Okay. I would not like to see Afro Annie after sleeping rough with someone. That's Prince William who slept rough with a black man, not Afro Annie. Um, that was Martin Luther Cambridge. Let's see. She can't even play the piano. Lazy as blah blah blah. Yep. It was embarrassing. It really was. And then they go and get someone who looks like a panhandler for her to accompany. It wasn't even a solo. This is what I don't get about this. And I it's just wear red and play the piano so that you can try and stick it to the Sussexes. I think that's what it was all about. um I don't like it. Jason off leaving the Cambridges. Well, he's supposed to leave by the end of the year. And because it's Jason, I'm assuming that he can only leave if it's Friday the 13th. Um, I'm assuming that he can only leave if it's on a Friday the 13th. If it's not Friday the 13th, then he'll probably have to stay. But hopefully, if there's any reason for it to happen. I'm hoping that they will somehow, get him on record in a court to be accountable for some of the things that he may or may not have done. Um, so there's an important birthday coming up next year. I'm going to change gears just a little bit here. Someone who I deeply admire, that I think is as inspiring as all get out, not only just because of the fact that she's lived so long, and not only because of the fact that just about everybody she's ever worked with is dead. Who could I be talking about, right? Okay. I am speaking of this lady right here. Next year is Betty White's 100th birthday. 100. I think her birthday is like, what is it, January? That's the 12th, the 21st, something like that. So I think this may have been from her 90th birthday, this photo right here. But she's going to be 100 years old. I believe Betty White has been on television since 1947, 48. I mean, she's one of the pioneers of television. Can you believe that? She's one of the January 17th. Thank you, Lucy Wynn, and hello to you. Yeah, she's one of the pioneers of television. Now, when they made this for her, I believe it was her 90th or 95th birthday, it wasn't just this one photo. The other one, I love this one right here. This is like pure Betty White. This is pure Betty White. I love her sense of humor. I love the fact that for years she's been an advocate for animal welfare and protection and shelters. Get your dog spayed or neutered. Oh boy. When I say dog, does that trigger anybody? Aren't you always wondering where I'm going to go next when I say dog? But I'm not going to bring up Prince Charles's emotional support person right now. I'm just going to make this about Betty White. um, I'm not going to make it about her. You stop reading my mind, Lydia Washington. You stop that. How dare you? Um, it's Betty White's birthday coming up, and I, for one, am excited about it. I was a huge fan of hers on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, Mama's Family, the frequent visits to the Carol Burnett Show, and of course, the Golden Girls. So anytime I think of back in St. Olaf, sometimes I find the clips of back in St. Olaf on YouTube, and I watch them one after the other. Wow, 579 people. Welcome to the chat. So Betty White will be 100 years old. So I'm excited about that. And I'm definitely going to look for whatever celebrations. And I hope that everything is open enough so that, we'll have a chance to see her and everything. So good for her. Now, the other Betty, I took a look at this photo. Now, mind you, I'm not making fun of her, but I kind of felt like she was cosplaying the lady from Deadpool. Remember her? Leslie Uggams? I just kind of thought the Royals are always cosplaying, aren't they? That's it. We're not making fun of her. We're just having fun with the situation. The fact that Her Majesty looks like an old blues artist, down home blues, every other record a tune. Yes, bless her heart. Absolutely. Bless her heart. And also, let's celebrate Leslie Uggams. I believe she'll be 87 or 88 this year. Oh, no, 78. I think she's 78 years old. Leslie Uggams is, she and Lola Falana are about the same age. And the fact that I know of Leslie Uggams and Lola Falana, you know what that means? I'm old. anytime, anytime you could bring up Leslie Uggams and Lola Falana in the same conversation, um, AARP is probably in your hip pocket. So I'm just saying, I remember both of those people from the 1970s. So, well, anyway, cosplay Lizzie strikes again. That's all I'll say. But I'm just glad that she's safe. And don't worry about it because, like I said, she got this. She got this, boo. She got this. I'm just really concerned about those two homely older women that were walking on the estate the other day. Um, I just, sometimes they wander. Sometimes they wander around the Windsor Great Park, and I don't want anything to happen to them because Gangsta Gang Gang is on the patrol, and you know maybe they can't run in those shoes. But anyway, those I'm sure those ladies probably have had a. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. So let me get rid of them, and not to disparage Prince Edward because a lot of people forget that he even exists. So, but that is one of the Queen's children. Okay, they're gone. So, let me see if there's anything else that I wanted to address in all of my messiness. I think I just about covered everything in those 40 minutes or less. We got 581 people. I'm really happy for that. Uh yeah, let's open it up to some comments. I'm only going to stay on for like another 20 minutes if you guys will have me. Not going to do a long one today. Uh Church Nelly, you would do that anyway. You would do that anyway. So who you kidding? But yeah, before comments, let's give praise, love, and respect to Princess Diana, as I always like to do. I want to make sure we always keep her memory alive. Thank you for the gift that you have given us, Prince Harry. And also our other queen, Doria. Doria, whose quiet dignity and perseverance has won the day for both of the Sussexes. I just know she's been instrumental in the success of that family. So much respect and love to both queens. Okay, on to the comments. Let me get over here. Okay, the Queen Doria and Diana. Yes. Okay. We forgive Diana for Billy and lay the blame on Pops. Yeah, Pie is the reason why that happened. If Pie would have had a little more backbone and not allowed for that misguided individual to um, you know, go in the direction that he's gone in. You know, um, like I say, I don't hate anybody, and I just he's on a different path. Is probably not his fault that he was led in that direction. Being raised by courtiers and wannabes cannot be good for the psyche. I mean, it's enough to just literally pull your hair out. No pun. Okay. Her Majesty will have 007 on duty do her dirty work. Hits and drive. Your imagination is almost as twisted as mine. uh, will be top dancing to compete with. Yeah, um, they're trying to compete as it is, but just remember the phone calls. Oh yeah, let's put him back. The phone calls are coming from inside the house. It's just hard to believe that he's older than him. You know what is going on in his head that those the lack of animation in his face is alarming. It really is alarming. But that's for the people around him to deal with. And of course, we are still mourning a loss of Bishop Tutu, Desmond Tutu. So yeah, we're still mourning that loss. I love this photo right here. I really love this photo. You know, what now that I'm looking at this photo, you know what this really reminds me of is that between Desmond Tutu and Nelson Mandela, the two of them practically carried a nation into freedom. And as they got older and their health was in decline, other people helped to carry them. That's what I'm getting from this photo right now, is that they were able to carry a nation, and in response to that, the world came calling to them and helped carry them as their health declined. So just something to think about. Let's see here. Okay, back to some comments here. Okay, William reminds me of Lurch. You rang. 13, no, the Adams Family. I was about to say 1313 Mockingbird Lane, but that was the Monsters. Uh, you rang. Did Jason make the South Africa trip, or had he already been dismissed? I don't recall seeing him in South Africa. And in terms of being dismissed, wasn't he actually just moved over to a foundation, and that he's still at the beck and call of the um, rest of the people? I mean, I don't think he went too far. I think he was still in charge of the foundation. So I don't suspect that I don't know that he'll ever actually leave the fold. I think that he's the new Michael Fawcett, and that he will be moved around like a chess piece, but he'll always remain in earshot of William and the rest of the tribe. Earshot. That was the name of that thing that William did, right? Wasn't that the Earshot Day? The Earshot. Yeah, Lori, the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. But yeah, I think it's called Earshot. But that's didn't he have something to do with that or no? The Earshot. Okay. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Uh, yeah, at least Lurch had a job. That's right. Jason the Snake was doing nothing. Kate and Lazy William. Okay. My understanding is Jason was to leave in December 2021. Yeah, he's being moved around. I don't think he knows too much to let him go. And he has everything to gain by staying a part of that. Did you read what Daily Fail wrote in their paper on the 8th page? Not even as a headline, but this is not an apology. It was just repeating. No, I didn't see it actually. I couldn't find it, and every time I tried to find it, the only thing I could find was what they had on the front page. But from what I'm to understand is that the whole thing was a non-apology. Let's see. I think if he decides to make Camilla queen consort, he might be forced out. Um, maybe they'll do that as a separate ceremony, but I kind of think that um once Charles is king, it's really a non-issue. And I've heard some of those so-called reporters, experts, novelists, whatever. They said that Charles will be king and Camilla will be his consort. So I don't know that there's any way around that. I think she's not using the Princess of Wales, which she's supposed to be the Princess of Wales, but she's not using it because of all the negative connotations that come with it from Princess Diana. So she's choosing to use Duchess of Cornwall, but she's actually the Princess of Wales, that is. So I think she's going to be the consort. I couldn't see any other reason for her to hang around like that. Looking forward to a hard rejection from a lot of people who are supposed to accept him as their king and head of the church. Yeah. And maybe that's what Charles is. Maybe Charles has a few surprises of his own. You know how they say the Kensington Palace leaks against Prince Charles? Maybe at the time, maybe he can have some revelations come out about that Mitchum roll-on deodorant. How about that? Maybe Charlie has a few tricks up his sleeves. Maybe, just maybe, he may somehow decide to turn the tables if he ever like grows any courage, if you know what I mean. Maybe he can turn the tables and make public what everybody has been suspecting about the Rose Garden. So he has that card to play if he's willing to play it. If not, then yeah. But either way, upon the passing of the Queen, whenever that happens, Charles will be the king. It doesn't take the coronation for him to be what you call it, HMH instead of a HRH. It does not take the coronation for that to happen. He will be king whenever that happens. The coronation is just a formality. So there's really no way to stop that as long as he's breathing. So next. Okay, the Earshot was an idea stolen from someone in Belgium or the Netherlands a few years ago. Isn't everything co-opted from some other group or individual? Wow, that was a big word, co-opted. I think Ivy's here. Anytime I start using them big words, that means Ivy's close. Hello, Ivy here. Okay, let's see. My instincts tell me that Prince Harry and Meghan and Archie and baby Lili will visit the Queen the same week Prince William and Kate will come to America. I thought that that would be a good idea. That was my idea, was to totally bury any headlines that they may possibly get if they decide to go over there while the Cambridges are over here. Now, I'm a little petty and I'm a little biased like that, but I didn't know anybody else thought the same. Oh boy, Beverly, that's a good one. I think great heads think alike. So you're onto something there. If that happened, I would probably have fits of laughter until I fell asleep that night. Maybe I may be wrong, but I believe that William will cancel the trip to the USA since Meghan and Prince Harry are so loved. And the fact that I intend to go and find me some cardboard and a Sharpie so I can write them a welcome sign. That's another reason to consider whether or not you want to be here, because I am going to hold up my sign. and I'm going to welcome them. Oh, let's see. Meghan said on the Ellen Show that they are Prince Harry's family. Yes, she did. She did say that. She didn't refer to them as her family. She said that they were Prince Harry's family, which is true. That is his family, not her family, especially the way they've behaved. I really want Meghan to return to that country. No, I don't want her to return. I don't. I mean, I really don't. But for the messiness of it, it's just a little fantasy that I have in my head. That's all. But I doubt if that'll happen. Plus, I believe that the queen is the legal custodian of those children. And someday that will be Charles, and then someday that will be William until they are, possibly William until they are of age. So that would be kind of scary. Better safe here. Plus, I think the security is better here because over there, the security I think is a little laxed, and I think that they take unnecessary chances with the royal family, which is not good. I mean, if you guys remember, Fight Club Annie, Afro Annie, was almost a victim of a kidnapping some years ago. So, and then of course there was those what was it just before this whole thing with the intruder, there were those two odd looking women wandering around the estate. So did you like that segue? There were those two odd looking women wandering around the estate. Thank you for that, by the way. um oh boy. uh, okay, I got that out my system. And okay, I can't say anything else. Whew, that was close. Oh, okay. Let me get them out of here before I say something else. Um, some things you just can't pull back. So, um, okay. Let's see. Find another comment. Oh, and let's get rid of them, right? Okay. I'm done. I got that out my system. Okay, I hope that Sussexes go to another country if the Cambridges come to the US, but not to the UK. I agree, Donna. I agree. And I have no segue for those two women wandering the estate. So I'll take the next comment or question. When, when you get when you get in uh, uh nothing. Let me go to the next one. Yeah. Hello, Rosa Roberts. Patricia Marcel, welcome. Let's see. There's nothing in writing about great grandchildren, but when the Sussex are concerned, they will invent a new law. That's true. That's true. Oh. Mm. And the thing that I'm trying to figure out is when you see when you see a couple of sturdy, rough-looking broads like that, who do you get to escort them off of the estate? I mean, who? Let me stop. Let me stop. Okay, let me get them out of here. Oh. Okay. The monarch has legal custody of all minors in the line of succession. That's what I thought, Ruth. That's exactly what I thought. Um, let's see. Baron, unfortunately, it's true. The Queen is legal guardian of Harry and Meghan's kids. I'm not sure about Lili since she was born in America. Yeah, but she is still in the line of succession. So I would say that she's also, um, you know, one of the wards of the queen by law, because otherwise she wouldn't have been listed on the line of succession. So I would say that she too would be subject to the whims of Her Majesty, Gangsta Gangan. Uh, yeah, yeah, um, absolutely, Church Nelly. I'm just that one kind of snuck up on me. Let's see what we got here. Um, when the Cambridge come to the United States for their visit, Harry and Meghan should take Archie and Lili to visit Barbados extended vacation. Ah, yeah, that would be great symbolism. Thank you for that, Sharon. That would be great symbolism. I like the idea of that. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think that you know, since Harry has like lots of friendships and relationships with people all over the world, that in order to reinforce some of those old connections, I think that when things are better in terms of travel and such, I'm pretty sure they will go to a lot of those places. I doubt if they'll take the kids though. I think that until we are very much in the free and clear, and especially since I don't think there's any kind of vaccine for children yet, I think until that happens, they're not likely to take the children abroad anywhere. So, just my opinion, but I doubt if they'll consider taking the children on any type of trips or anything. Um, because yeah, it's probably just not a good idea. I know some people are traveling with their kids. Sometimes they pile them all up on the same helicopter, but I don't think that I don't want the Sussexes to do that. Okay, that law only applies to grandchildren, so the Queen has no control over Prince Harry's kids, but Prince Charles will when he becomes king. Oh, thank you for that makes a lot of sense. That makes an awful lot of sense. Thank you for that. Yeah, because actually, if you look at everybody who's in line for the throne, there are some minor royalty all over the world that are like number 200th or 150th in line for the throne. And that number only grows as other children are born. And then sometimes it goes down when some of the minor royals pass away. So you're absolutely right. It will go on and on. To 1,000 people if they can trace them. Okay, UK laws, but not American law. Yeah, try to sort that out in the court. All of the grandkids are British except Archie and Lili, who always American citizenship. So technically, Meghan can fight them in the U.S. courts. Absolutely. And that actually is a bridge to another conversation that we had a little while ago about if Harry, somehow found himself king, and someone said that he would probably abdicate. Well, if God forbid, if for any reason that was to happen in the next year or two, or whenever, Harry is just like Charles. Harry would be king if nobody else was ahead of him. He would be king, and if he declined, he could only decline in his name. He couldn't decline for Archie. Archie, it would be King Archie. And I know this is like a morbid conversation, but it's just an exercise of the legalities of it. But um, Archie would be next in line, and he wouldn't have a say over it, and I don't think he could decline it as a child. So it goes on and on, but nothing's going to happen to anybody in between. So that's not even a consideration, but that's just the truth. Harry could refuse. I mean, well, he couldn't refuse, but he could abdicate. But then that would just leave poor Archie. So it would just go on and on. Okay, so it has been an hour. I'm going to take a couple more comments and then I am going to make like a tree and leave. I'm going to make like a banana and split. I'm going to make like an egg and beat it. Okay. But get a celebratory Gangsta Gan Gan with a tattoo. I would like to see that. I mean, she has a granddaughter that has a tongue piercing, so Sarah Tongue Ring Tyndall. But you know, straight up gangster, gangster. Uh, okay, you guys, that is a wrap. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, before I go, what about New Year's? What about New Year's? Yeah, thank you, Matthew. What about New Year's? What you guys want to do? I was thinking, let me tell you what I was thinking. Since I'm not planning to go out, let's see. I was thinking to start maybe 11:30 Eastern time and then ending like 12:30 Central time, which is my time zone. What do you guys think about that? Anybody? I mean, chances are you'll be celebrating, I guess. But let me know. Okay, if not now, let me know in the comments. But yeah, okay. BJ says live on New Year's. I mean, if nothing else, we could just hang out. That's what I was thinking. But yeah, so maybe 10:30 in the 11:30 in the Eastern time zone and ending 12:30 in the Central time zone. So, okay, well, it looks like there's a few people interested. And you know what? If it's just the 5, 6, 7, or 8 of us, I'm cool with that. And we could yuck it up and just, talk about some stuff for the coming year. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Thanks for the reminder about 6 p.m. or not 6 p.m., but that it's been 1 hour. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Love you all.